Hey everybody, I hope you are jumping on here with me. I'm going to find you here on my Facebook page and we are going to get started. I know this is kind of an impromptu live, but I wanted to show you this new mesh. I was pretty excited. It's very different and I think that you guys are going to like it. So this is a Facebook Live. I will upload this to YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube, be patient with me because we are live on my, and I gotta find my page. It's not my page. Okay, let's see here. So Julie's Wreath Boutique, that's what I want. Okay, why doesn't want, there we go. So I'm gonna pull you up here and we're gonna get started. So, am I on? Let's see. Yep, I'm on. You guys are there. I can see you now. Talk to me. Say hi. Hopefully I'll see your, there we go. I can see the comments now. Okay. It is, let's see, what is it? It is May the 30th, I believe, 2019, and we need a patriotic wreath. I was hoping to do this before Memorial Day, but no such luck, unfortunately. So I wanted to show you this new product. Let me tell you right now, the Wreath shop has this in stock, and it has a really long name. It's called Cotton Faux Jute Check Mesh, and I am going to leave a link for this in this post for you to check it out. But it's 10.5 inches wide. So it's a little bit bigger than a normal 10-inch mesh, but we're going to make this work. So what we're going to do is I can show you right now. I've already kind of got it started, but let me show you how, I know a lot of you always ask me, why do you use a wood burner? Why do you cut it with a wood burner? And I'm just going to show you one piece because I've got it all cut here. But this is, what I'm going to use is 10-inch Poly Burlap, and I'm going to cut it here. Let me see. This is probably a better view for you. I'm going to cut it in between the lines, and I'm using this tip. That's what I like to use. So I'm going to move you a little bit over here so you can see it better. So you're just going to go gently through the lines, and, you know, don't go too fast, but don't go too slow, okay? So that's what you're going to do to cut Poly Burlap. This will work on Deco Mesh as well. Hey everybody, thanks for jumping on. Let me ask you a question. Did you guys get an alert tonight? I'm not sure if it went through or not. So tell me in the comments if you got an alert, all right? So I've got my Poly Burlap mesh. So I'm going to get rid of my handy dandy cutting board, basically. That's all that is. But here's the key. You can't cut this with a wood burner. You're going to cut this with, because of the fibers in this, you're going to cut it with a rotary cutter. So I'm going to cut it, because it's 10.5 inches this way, I'm going to cut it at 10.5 inches. And I'm going to make sure, here, let's see. I think you guys can see it better if I do it this way. And I'm going to make sure I go in between the lines here, okay? And just take your time and just go in between the lines. I was pleasantly surprised that this really does not fray a whole lot. So it's hard to describe. It's like Deco Mesh. It's almost like, feels like a little bit of Deco Mesh, Poly Burlap, cotton, and jute. So I don't know if that would make any sense to you, but it's just, it feels really substantial. And what's exciting is I have a case of this coming that is the black and white. And hopefully the Wreath shop will get that in stock for you. I will be talking to the owner about that and seeing if we can do that, because they have had it in stock before. So this is also what I'm going to show you guys how to do tonight, okay? Do you see that? We're going to learn how to do this. This is very simple. I call it the spiral center. A lot of you have already been doing the center, and really, it's really just the type of rope that you get that makes this look. It's not technical at all. So I will show you this at the end, but let's get started and get this wreath made. So as you can see, I already have some of them already on here. Now, if you have watched me for a while, and if you're watching me on YouTube, if you've watched any of my tutorials lately, you know that this is a new petal technique that I came up with a few months back, and I'm really loving it. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take a 10-inch wreath frame. Let me show you what I got here. It's from consumercrafts.com. They're $1.57 a wreath frame. They're very sturdy. I love these. If you are into selling wreaths, if you want to make money, use a wreath frame like this. This will save you money. There's no need to spend a lot of money on a product. When you're trying to sell wreaths, take it from me. I sell a lot of wreaths. I have over 5,000 sales on Etsy. I know what I'm talking about. So let's get started. And you're going to take that wreath frame. Let me actually take it back off here. And we've talked about this before. We have sections, okay? And we have 5 sections on a 10-inch frame. And we are going to put 2 white, 2 white, 2 white, and you're going to go all the way around with 2 whites. On the bracket is where you're going to put one of the new check petal that I'm going to show you tonight, okay? So that's all we did. So 2 whites in between. I've showed you this concept before. It's really easy. So also, if you can see, I've put some plastic canvas down here because I like to work my way inside the frame, and because we have a smaller center. So we're going to put 2 more whites right here. And you've seen this before. Let's see. Okay, guys. You see this before. We're going to make sure you can see me. Okay, I'm going to move this over. You're going to just take your piece of 10-inch by 10-inch poly burlap, and yes, people, they will be in stock. People will be getting it soon. I don't know if Craft Outlet will be getting it in soon, but you could always go to the wreath shop. So you're just going to gather it, and you've seen me do this before. I just overlay it over top of one, and I just take a zip tie, and I go underneath. Oops, you gotta have the zip tie the right direction. And I'm just going to attach it like so. Easy. So let's put another zip tie underneath here. And let's see. Guys, I did not share this in Wreath Creators and More. If somebody could share this in Wreath Creators and More, I'd really appreciate it. And maybe share it in my Christmas tree group if you're in that group, or my Apple Blossom and Marigold group, or the Flower Trio tutorial group. Yes, I have lots of groups, and I have groups for people who purchase my tutorials so that I can teach them more in a group setting. So let's see, where did my man? Okay, there they are. I'm like, where did I put my wire cutters? So I'm just going to cut this right here. As you can see, I have 2 more brackets that need the red, okay? So let's see, we don't need that right now. So we're going to take this red. I'm telling you, I wish you guys could feel this. I really love how this feels. It's a little bit more substantial than Deco Mesh, but not like Poly Burlap. But it's like the perfect product all in one. So you're going to fold them in the middle and then just gather. And again, you're just going to go like that. You're going to do the same thing you did for the white. You're going to do for the check. And I probably should have put this in before I did my little fold here, but you know, I get ahead of myself sometimes. It's all right. See that? I'm just going to pull that out. So let's see, somebody just asked where I'm getting my Poly Burlap. I'm not ordering Poly Burlap right now. This is just stock that I have had on hand, and I just keep using it. So, and I order quite a bit. I get mine from the wholesaler because I sell a lot of wreaths. So I don't sell it, but I do use it. So, okay, let's take another one, and we're going to put it on that wreath bracket. So you have the brackets that go this way, the cross brackets, I guess is what you would call it. So no, this is not fabric mesh. This is a new material, and I will leave the link for it for the Wreath shop. They have it. I haven't seen this I don't know that Trendy Tree has it or Craft Outlet has it, but I'm telling you, it's a different, it's just a different material, and I really like how it feels. So as I was coming up with what colors are we going to do and how we're going to do this, I wanted to add some blue. So what I decided to do was, and of course my blue's all the way over here, where I don't want it to be. You know, when you're going live, it's never where you want it to be. So we're going to do something different. We are going to add another layer, guys, of mesh on this outer row. And I just want to do it in between each two sets of white. So I'm going to take, so I'm going to take these. I had already folded these. So I'm going to just add them here, because I just want a little bit of blue. I don't want a lot of blue. I kind of want to make this check mesh. I want that to be the star of this wreath, and maybe the center. The center's pretty spectacular too. So again, in between those two whites, and I honestly do not use much of this blue. I've had this blue, oh my goodness, for probably a year. I just don't make a lot of wreaths with this blue. So I had it on hand. I need to make my brother a Jayhawks wreath, because he is a Jayhawks fan. So let's do this. I have to keep tapping my iPad to see you guys. So if you're on YouTube and you're watching this right now, make sure you like and subscribe, and let me know below how you started to watch me. Is it through YouTube, Facebook? And I like to do Facebook Lives because it's kind of the best of both worlds. That way, not everybody is on Facebook and not everybody is on YouTube. So this way, I do like to put them on YouTube because it's an easier way to find those videos. So, okay, see, your comments have gone again. Let's see, the red check, it's not a Poly Burlap. This is a cotton faux jute, let's see, what did the thing say? Cotton faux jute check mesh. I will leave you the link, guys, and the Wreath shop has it. I don't know how many rolls they have, so if it sells out tonight, I apologize, but we'll see. And I kind of like just using the mesh sparingly, because I only have 2 rolls of this mesh, so I want to be able to use it for other things. And doesn't that remind you of a picnic, this mesh right here? I mean, I feel like we're at a 4th of July picnic right now. So we added the blue. We added 5 pieces of 10 by 10 of the blue. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, we've done this similar thing on the other ones. We're going to put, there's the next bracket. Again, so we started on this bracket, and this is what we put our outer layer of petals on. So now we're going to go to the next bracket, and we are going to put a white, and then a white and red checkered right there. So white, and the white and red, so in between. So we're going to stagger them. And the reason why I'm going to do it this way is I want the white and red check to lay on top of this white. So I'm going to show you again, because I get going pretty fast and then I kind of forget. Let me show you how we do this. We're going to take a piece of 10 inch by 10 inch. We're going to fold it in the middle, and we're just going to gather it, flip it over, and we're going to flip it over again. We're going to fold it over each other. So let's do this. And then once I show you this, we're going to do this pretty quickly. As you can see, a wreath doesn't need to take you 5 hours to make. So I'm going to put another zip tie, 8-inch zip ties. I have a link for those too. Like, there's a little bit of a fray, and I did not use the wood burner on this because it won't work. But I kind of like, it doesn't have a lot of fraying on it. At least I don't feel like it does. that way, and you can kind of just lay that out, that's laying on top of those two whites. Okay, so let's just kind of move this along and keep going. I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible because you guys probably have other things you want to do tonight, and so do I. This is my 5th wreath I've made today. It's been a long work week. Let's see, how many did I get done? I got 3 done yesterday, 4 done the day before. Just need to get all these orders out, and want to work on some new things. I have mesh that I've purchased back in January, but I haven't had any time to make anything with it. So I want to get on track to get some things made. And if you're on YouTube, I know I've said this before, I get YouTube people that say I talk too much, but I guess am I just supposed to, I can't edit this. This is kind of where it is, so I appreciate all the kind comments. You guys are the best. So what I like to do is the 2 whites and then the red and white on top, because that's the way I want it to lay. I want this to be the focus of everything, because I just feel like it screams July the 4th picnic. So I just like it. We'll see. We'll see how it looks with that center. And you can see right now, just a little bit of that blue is peeking through, and you'll have blue in the center as well. And if you wanted to do, you know, a bunch of blue, I think I'm going to put this stuff over here. If you wanted to do more blue, then do more blue. But, let's see here. Yep. Alrighty, let's see here. I want to make sure I'm doing it in the right spots. Well, thank you. Is it Shawnee? I appreciate that. I do try to show you all the steps. I don't want to waste your time. I want you to learn how to make these. And, you know, a lot of times crafting, just making something is so therapeutic. I have people message me all the time that they find crafting therapeutic, and I'm kind of going kind of fast right now, but that's just because I don't have the TV on in front of me, and I can go a little bit faster. It's bad when you watch a show and you get into your show and you're like, oh my goodness, where did the time go? I was supposed to get that wreath done. Right, 2 more sections and then we will go to the middle. And if you wanted to do a really big center, you could do that too. You wouldn't have to do another. Let's see here. Jill, I have 3 private groups. If you purchase, and I know this can be confusing because I know that there are a lot of paid groups. I do not have a paid group. What I have is if you purchase one of my premium tutorials, there's only 3 groups out of all the tutorials. I do have a couple of more tutorials that I don't have groups for. But I have the Christmas tree group. I have the Apple Blossom Marigold group, and I have the Flower Trio group. And in those groups, I teach you more. I teach you, it's just a good way, you know, I come up with these ideas, and I think of other ways to use that idea, and instead of you having to buy something else, I create a group. If you've purchased the tutorial, you get to join that group. But there's no monthly fees in them. It's just if you have to have the tutorials, because it's kind of confidential information, I guess you could say. So let's see here. I don't like how Facebook has made the comments go away. I have to keep tapping on, there we go, my screen to see it. And I don't like that. It is not helpful whatsoever. Okay, how do you guys like this? I really like it. How many rolls are there red and white? This one I'm only using 10 pieces, so I'm only using not even half of a roll. Like I said, I only have 2 rolls of it, so I'd like to use it sparingly instead of, I mean, you could use it just 1 whole roll for a wreath, but I just like to be able to have a little bit more, you know? So here's one I already had folded when I was trying to figure this out. So it has a little bit of a fray here, but I'm just going to cut that off. But I'm just really liking this product. And I love the check look. You know, if anybody knows me, I love buffalo plaid. Okay, so we have the second row done. So the last row we're going to do, we're going to put it on the plastic grid right here. And so let me show you. It's really simple. You've seen me do this before. We're just going to, it's about, oh, a ½ inch. Let's see, I'm thinking a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch. That much in, let me see here. I'm going to just get my center. Let's see, is that going to work? Actually, I'm going to move it in a little bit more because I want to make sure that we're going to move this in a good inch. An inch from the frame, okay? And what I like about the plastic canvas, it's so easy to use and it's so cheap. Somebody the other day said they found it at Hobby Lobby for 21 cents for like a 22-inch sheet. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to do the Dean Michael petal. That's my good friend Trish, and she has a tutorial on how to do a whole wreath like this. But you're going to fold it into a triangle, and then you're just going to gather it. Okay? So you're going to take it, and we're going to attach it like so. Now, as you can see, it went that way, but I want it to go this way. It's not behaving, but I mean, if you want it to go that way, do it that way. It's really up to you. So like I said, we're going to do about a good inch. I think we're going to use about 10 petals, but we'll know when I'm done, okay? So again, you're going to just fold over your 10 inch by 10 inch, and you're just going to gather at the edges here, okay? And the center is pretty much already done, and I'm just going to show you how to get it started because, again, you don't want to watch glue dry, and that's pretty much what you would be doing, is watching the glue dry. So, okay. All right, so you're going to do a triangle, and again, so easy. You need to go check out Trish's channel. It's called the Dean Michael Design YouTube channel, so make sure you check her out. Tell her Julie's Wreath Boutique sent ya. But I'm sure you're all already watching her. Okay. Let's see here. Come on. Alrighty, so that's 3. I love my zip ties. I do have a link for them. It's like 20 bucks for 1,000. I think that makes it, what, 2 cents a piece. And they go through my plastic canvas so nicely. And they're really easy on my hand. They're the 40-pound strength. So they're not too, I find that the 50-pound strength is too hard. And really you don't need 50-pound strength. the zip tie. So as you can see, we're just filling it out. How do you guys like that so far? Let's see. You guys are staying with me? Again, I gotta tap on my iPad. Which tutorials are the premium ones? Jill, it would be in my Etsy shop. I have the link at the top of this post for my Etsy, and you will find all kinds of ways to purchase tutorials. You can buy them in combinations. If you buy Julie's Ultimate Wreath tutorial package, you pretty much get one wreath tutorial for free. It's all a PDF download. And once you purchase it, Etsy will send you a link so that you can download your PDF. And on that will have where you will watch the video and the password and the supply list and all that. In the Christmas tree group, about a year or so ago, I did a Ask Julie live on how to, you know, let's see, I see a little bit of a... Sometimes when you get this Poly Burlap, you'll see a little bit of a marking on it. So I'm going to flip it over and use this side. I did an Ask Julie live where I gave you some business advice. How do you start a Facebook page? How do you, you know, how do you get started? How do you name your business? All sorts of things like that. I do business consulting. I have, like I think I shared with you earlier, I have over 5,500 sales on Etsy. I've only been on Etsy selling wreaths since February of 2016 was when I sold my first wreath on Etsy. So this is a full-time job. So, all right. We have, let's see, let's make sure there's no markings on that. Sometimes you get... Goodness, you get stuff and the roll is just messed up, and it is so frustrating to, I mean, craft supplies are at a premium right now. It's not going to always be like this, guys. They're gonna get them back in stock. This is what happens this time of year, and I blame it on everybody wanting a flower or a wreath for their front door. It's summertime. So let's see here. Let's see. If for some reason you've purchased a tutorial from me and you haven't downloaded it, just message me and I can send it to you. Also, if you've purchased your tutorials, you should be able to go online to your Etsy account and under your purchases. Now, you cannot do this with the mobile app. It doesn't work. You have to be on the computer, and you should be able to see the link to download the PDF there as well. So, all right, I think 2 more will do it, and if we need more, we're going to have to cut it, so I think we're going to be good, though. And then I will show you quickly how to do this center. It's really, really easy and a piece of cake. And it's really about the rope you buy. It's nothing, it's the same process I have showed you before with the braided rope that I get from Hobby Lobby. This stuff came from JoAnn's. It was like the last place I looked, and it was a little bit harder to find. I'm not sure why. It was in their Patriotic section. But at Christmas time, you will see places get like this braided rope as well. So, I mean, it's not just for, you know, July the 4th or Memorial Day. You can use it for anything. Okay, 1 more petal, and then the base of our wreath will be done. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. Okay. So that's it on that one. I need to find a way to get my camera a little bit higher for you guys so you can see the whole thing. I need to have my husband work on that. But I like the way that this looks. And then I'm going to show you how to make this, and that's what we're going to put in the middle, okay? So let me put this to the side. So what you're going to do is you're going to get a 3.8-inch styrofoam ball, and I have already cut this one in half. Actually, I don't even know if this is the right one I wanted. I think so. And then this was what I used. It's from JoAnn's Land of the Free. It was $3, and they call it ribbon, but it's like rope. So let me cut this. No. All right, so this is what they used, and that is when you can find a rope that has that 3 like twisted, that's how you're going to see the spiral. It's not a special technique at all. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off, this is taped right here, so I'm going to cut off a little bit of that. I'm going to get my glue gun. This is a Sure Bonder, and it's the cordless glue gun. I'm going to take a little stick pen. What are these called? Needles, pens, I don't know. And I'm going to take this, and in the middle, make sure you guys can see this, I am just going to find a spot, and I'm going to run my pen right through where the tape is, okay? So that starts us off. Then I'm going to take a little bit of glue, just a little bit of glue, and be very careful because you will burn yourself if you're not careful. All right? And we want to make a really tight mark here. And like I said, you got glue on my nails, but I'm going to keep wrapping it around. All right? So that's how you get it started. Now, I don't even know if I'm really quite centered, so I'm going to kind of move this over a little bit. There we go. All right, and so that's going to dry. So all you're going to do is you're going to keep adding a little bit of glue and keep wrapping your rope around, okay? And as you wrap your rope around, you are going to start to see the natural progression of this rope. My friend Margie, she makes fabulous wreaths, and she was telling me, oh, I just use this certain ribbon, and that's what creates the spiral, is the way that the ribbon colors connect with themselves. So you're just going to keep going around, and when you get down to the bottom, so as you can see, if I kept doing here, I would just keep glue, and you're just going to keep wrapping it around. So if I kept gluing, you know, you're seeing the natural progression of it. Okay? So I'm not going to sit here and make you wait through all of that. Okay? I'm going to put this to the side. But one of these, which is 9 feet long, is enough to do a 3.8 styrofoam ball. So this is what the end looks like. I'm going to show you how to adhere it to a pipe cleaner. Okay? I just took, let's see, some floral pins, and I just put it into the ball itself, or to the styrofoam, and that's how I ended it inside there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, with a pipe cleaner, I'm going to put a couple more of these in here to help hold it down. And then I'm going to take, I had a piece of, let's see, I need a piece of felt here, so let me cut off just a little piece, and that'll work. Doesn't have to be fancy. And I'm going to just put some glue here, put it over top of the pens that I just put in. And then for safety, for like an added measure, I take these little T-pens and I put them over top of the felt. It's just like an extra step I do. Okay, so there you go. So as you can see, when you do it going around and around, it kind of gives this a look of a pinwheel, you know, and it looks like you're doing it differently, but you're not. It's just the way that the rope is twisted before you use it. So let's put this on the wreath. And let's see, I'd like to see your comments again. It would be nice. Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to just put it down here. Yeah. And I'm just going to put it through the grid. Trying to see what you guys are talking about. So I'm just going to twist it on the back, and I will just take the back of this. As you can see, it looks pretty tidy there. Oops, you got to twist it the right way. Looks pretty good. And I just take a round piece of felt and I connect it with little zip ties all the way around, you know, with probably like 8 zip ties. And then that way they can hang it on any point of the wreath. So that is it. That is my Patriotic flower. I kind of like how it turned out. I like not having so much blue, but if you wanted to add some more blue to it, go right ahead. But this is the it's cotton faux jute check mesh. I will leave you a link. I got it at the Wreath shop. I do know that they have it in stock right now. So make sure you purchase it. Let them know that Julie's Wreath Boutique sent you. And this will be up on YouTube, guys. And I want you guys to have a great night and enjoy your upcoming weekend. And thank you for just being here. I appreciate your time, and let me know what other crafts you'd like me to do soon, okay? Have a great night. Bye-bye.